Welcome back to You Betcha Radio Podcast, the coldest podcast in all the Midwest. I'm Miles, You Betcha guy, here with Ryan, the T-shirt guy. We are live. We are presented by Ice Mountain, and Tyler's gone today.
Hello.
Tyler's got a good excuse today. We'll leave it at that.
It's a valid excuse. Yeah. He's gone. But
he'll be back.
He'll be back.
How you feeling, Ryan?
I'm good. You want me to just get off my chest right away?
Yeah.
So I've been doing Facebook Marketplace deals lately.
Yeah.
Some high-end items, some low-end items. And for some odd reason, I feel the need to chat it up with the either the buyers or the sellers on Facebook Marketplace. And I was thinking the other day, I'm like, I'm not trying to be friends with these guys, but it really comes off as if I'm trying to be friends with these guys.
A lot of no shit.
Well, and I think part of it is because like I'm selling something that I used to be interested in, and they're buying something from me of the similar interest. So it's like we start chatting about that, and then I sold this desk the other day, and I ended up chatting with these people, this older couple, probably mid-60s, with my kid in my arm.
Oh, at the exchange.
In my garage. I chatted with these people with my kid in my arm for 20 minutes. I don't understand why I'm doing that. I just kind of trying
to get a good review.
I got to get that 5-star, and also I just can't help but not talk about it. I think I'm trying to talk the item up a little bit too. That desk, by the way, the door came off when I got it up into his truck. So we loaded this thing is heavy. We loaded it into the back of his truck, and it's your classic like kind of farm pickup. There's a spare tire in the back, and there's just shit back there. So we shoved it in, and then he was walking around to the driver's side, and he noticed like something with the door. I'm like, well, nothing's wrong with this thing. I checked it over beforehand. Fucking door. He opened it up and the door came off.
Oh.
And I'm like, oh fuck. I got to get these people out of here before we take this thing back out and put it back in my garage.
So what happened? What did he say about that?
When it happened, I'm like, well, because I watched him open up all the drawers.
Ryan just goes, "What'd you do?"
Yeah, I'm like, "Well,
Jesus, Hulk."
I said, "You opened all the drawers, didn't you?" And he goes, "Yeah, I'm not sure." And then he just like drops it into the side of his bed, like right next to the desk. He's like, "I'll deal with that later."
No, he's pissed.
Got him out of there though. Sale done.
Yeah, he might have wanted some sort of refund if you didn't spend 20 minutes smoking and joking with him.
I know.
Like, he's a good guy.
I know. And I had it listed for 60, and then the wife, she came in, she's like, Chip, you think it's maybe just a little too big? And before he could answer, I said, you know what? I'll do it for 50 if you take this off my hands right now. Because I saw the sale slipping away from me. I said, I can't lose this sale right now. Give $50.
Sell me this desk.
Yeah, why don't you go ahead and do some work for me? Well, I don't have anywhere to sit and do that. Buy this desk.
Yeah,
always be closing.
It's got good bones on it, you know?
Yeah.
I mean, fuck, it took 2 guys to get it up there. So if you got good bones, they'll enjoy it.
But, nice.
So that's where I'm at right now. Making friends with people on Marketplace.
I like that. Instead of Ryan using Bumble, the friend version where you can just find friends, Ryan just goes on Facebook Marketplace.
Yeah. I'm looking, I'm looking for a guy who is interested in, I don't know,
desks
or grills, for instance. Like, I really want to talk grilling. Like, I got this grill I can get rid of. Yeah. Boom. Conversation started.
You gonna see this couple again? You guys maybe gonna go out for a double date dinner? Get a babysitter?
Well, it's funny you say that because to where I'm building out there, they live just 4 or 5 miles straight north of me.
There you go.
So that's what started the whole conversation.
Come over for pie, maybe.
Yeah. How's that desk treating you?
Head over to the Uptown Cafe.
Why? Hey, I'm gonna pop over. You guys make some pie. I'll help you get that door fixed. You know?
Yeah, or be like, yeah, you better have that door fixed by the time I come back over. Fucking great Chip.
Well, I like it, Ryan. Very entrepreneurial of you.
I know. I'm trying to become more of a minimalist. I'm nowhere close to minimalist.
You're not even close.
Hey, one thing out the door.
I've seen all the pillows in your house. There's no way you guys are minimalist.
No,
Maximus.
You guys are maximist.
Yeah. Not
to be confused with Maximumist.
Yeah, not to be confused with hoarder either. I'm not
someone who loves the Maxim magazine a lot.
Yeah, DVD.
Which I am, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah, they gotta get that
I have no
back.
idea what's even in that magazine. I just know they put like girls in bikinis on the front.
Maxim, yeah, I usually get a DVD with it, I think. I wouldn't know anything about that.
Yeah, it's like a men's health type magazine.
Is it?
Yeah, great articles in it too.
I like it.
Great
I like
articles.
it. Kind of like Playboy. I read it for the articles.
Yeah, what else do you know about it, Jared? Anything?
That's about it.
Okay.
It's a good reader. Spent a lot of time reading.
It's a good read, yeah, quick read.
Yeah, it can be sometimes. Yeah.
Ryan, in the mood of commerce, we could talk e-commerce. How much do you think you could sell on Facebook Marketplace this shirt I'm wearing? The You Betcha Drinking or No shirt.
I'd probably slap $24.99 on it.
Okay, $24.99.
Yeah, I think
Because that's what
fair.
I would do if I were to make a website called ohyoubetcha.com, ohhyoubetcha.com, and put this for sale on there.
Yeah, slap a $24.99 sticker on it.
Because on the front, it's got a beer can, says You Betcha. On the back, Ryan, what does it say?
Drinking or no?
There
Yep, there it is.
We got it.
We got it. So are we drinking or no?
Great shirt. Great conversation starter.
For sure.
Mhm.
You're bellied up to the bar. Someone comes up behind you and just goes, drinking or no?
Drinking or no?
And you go, oh, yeah, for sure.
No, yeah, no, yeah.
It's
for
a great shirt for being bellied up to the bar.
100%.
Yeah.
So you
And
guys-
that's one of the only that's one of many shirts we got on youbetcha.com.
So, guys, go check it out. You can get your bellied up to the bar shirt. Jared, you got to. So, actually, Jared, you want to switch it up today, huh?
Yeah, it's kind of like, have you ever eaten like breakfast for supper?
Yeah, we're eating breakfast for supper
Mm-hmm.
and dinner for. So we're having a steak with garlic mash for breakfast.
Mm-hmm.
Then we're gonna have pancakes for dinner. So today we're gonna do the Patreon questions first.
Mm-hmm.
Which, Jared, do you know how many patrons we're up to? We're on the road to 3,000.
We're over 2,600 for sure. I know that. Right
Do you
now.
have it on your phone now?
I'll pull it up right now.
I can pull it up too.
I'll pull it up in about T-minus 5 seconds.
So
2,607 members right now.
2,616.
Oh, 16. Okay.
Okay,
Never
so we're
mind.
getting there. Once we hit 3,000, the wives are going to do an episode on Patreon. And as always, not looking forward to it, but it's just something we got to do.
Mm-hmm.
It's kind of one of those things. It's like once you're dreading it, and then once it happens, you're going to be so glad it's in the rear view. And that's how I feel about that episode.
We have 599 posts on Patreon
Look at that.
And counting.
and counting.
So not only you get the wives, you get 519 posts. What was that? 19?
599.
90, almost 600 posts.
Yeah.
So you guys got to
So-
check it out. Plus, you can ask questions. Jared, let's hear some questions.
Dwight Schrute. What would be a great sunflower seed flavor that hasn't been tried yet?
Cinnamon and sugar.
Okay. I can get on board.
I don't know if I've seen cinnamon and sugar.
I've seen sweeter ones, but I don't know. I think I've seen cinnamon ones.
I mean, like to piggyback on that French toast, maybe.
French toast flavored. How? Because what is that? Egg and cinnamon. Is that kind
Egg,
of what?
cinnamon.
Probably maple.
I think.
Yeah, you
the
could add a
syrup.
little maple syrup flavor in there.
Mhm.
That'd be good.
God, I just had one tip of my tongue. Frosted mini seeds.
Yeah, there you go.
I'm
Oh, it'd be like a glaze.
yeah, like
yeah.
a
Yeah.
powdered
Okay.
sugar or like powdered sugar.
yeah, you know, like the those almonds you get at like football games.
Yeah.
with the
Mm.
sweet ones. That and sunflower seed.
But the problem with that is that if they put
I
all
know,
of the
spit it out.
candiness, you guys spit out the candy.
I know.
So they'd have to be already unshelled seeds that were candied.
I know.
So that's the problem with
I
that.
know. Hey, we're fighting it. We're only about
you're right.
6-7 minutes in.
We're spitballing.
Uh,
I think maybe like like a Chick-fil-A sauce style. I don't know what Chick-fil-A sauce flavor is, but whatever that is would be good.
yeah, it's like 1,000.
It's like fancy sauce.
It's like 1,000 Island and
Mayo and ketchup, probably.
probably.
Something
like
like
that,
that.
yeah.
Mhm. I like that.
They've done a lot of flavors though. It's kind of hard to think of something.
Mhm.
Yeah, I feel like dry rub wings and sunflower seeds can kind of go hand in hand in terms of flavor.
And I feel like they've done it all. They've done garlic, they've done dill, they've done barbecue, they've done
Salt.
salt and pepper as well. They've done taco. We had taco seeds.
They're very good.
I
Taco
haven't.
seeds, they're very good.
Are they really?
Mhm.
Yeah.
I'd say they're better than dill pickle almost.
I mean, I honestly, I would like just a straight Lowry's sunflower seed.
That'd be good.
Because Lowry's, I will
Yeah,
say,
it's got what, onion powder in there. It's got garlic. It's got paprika.
Salt.
I don't know if it has paprika or not, but
well, it's red. It's like got a reddish tint. It's gotta have.
I can't tell the difference between paprika and like cayenne and like
no,
chili
I don't
powder.
know.
No,
you're
the
looking- you're talking to the wrong guys.
Yeah.
If you want information on that.
Yeah, definitely not.
I always put all three of them in because I feel like, ooh, it needs a little more paprika. I think.
Yeah, that's all it was. A little more paprika.
Yeah.
Fucking tastes great.
And I can't tell the difference if you put them in front of me.
For real.
Yeah.
I can't.
Yeah, I mean, I would like to try a mayo seed, just straight mayo.
I mean, yeah, they make ranch seed. Yeah.
Sure. Like, are you talking mayo or Miracle Whip? Because I think there's a big time
Again,
debate
you're talking
on.
to the wrong guy. I don't.
We're talking apples and
Whip has more zip.
Okay.
Yeah, more sweeter zesty.
Yeah, maybe a spicy mayo would be good.
Ooh.
Like a sriracha mayo.
Yeah, something like that.
They've done sriracha seeds, but they haven't done sriracha mayo.
Yeah. Creaminess to it.
Aioli.
Yeah, I think the seed industry is getting to a point like, how do you come out with something new?
You do pistachios.
Yeah.
You do other types of seeds that you.
Yeah, you just turn your seed company into a snack company.
Or they unshell them for you.
There we go. There's another one.
So yeah, I'd say any of those.
Mm-hmm.
I would like to try a cinnamon and sugar one though. Yeah, like a cinnamon toast crunch collab.
That'd be good.
Yeah. Ryan,
Yep.
have you ever drank water before?
On the daily, usually.
Usually on the daily. And how do you usually like to drink water?
Preferably out of a aluminum canister of some sort.
No.
Keeps it nice and cold.
Actually, that's your favorite way?
Well, every water bottle that we have at home is damn near identical.
Just
to
say
this
yes
bottle.
or no.
Yes.
Oh, thank God. Because Ice Mountain now has these fancy new aluminum bottles.
And I love the aluminum
Okay.
bottles.
Yeah. All right, we'll get there, Ryan.
What
Guys,
saves me from having to throw water bottles in the dishwasher?
you just throw aluminum ones in there.
Yeah,
there you go.
You could reuse these suckers,
you
no
could
problem.
if you want to do.
Mhm.
I think all they got is water in them, so
Mhm.
just rinse them out with some more water, and then you're good to go.
Yeah.
Endless cycle.
Actually, you don't even need to rinse them out.
No, because it's just
Oh, yeah.
water inside of water.
Yeah. Why do we have to clean water glasses?
You shouldn't have to.
I suppose it's about the lips on the rim.
That's what.
But I always drink like this anyway.
Yeah, no lips and no backwash.
hmm So, really, you don't need. You can just keep using them
Mhm. Endlessly.
endlessly. And the beautiful part about this is they're doing 1% for the Great Lakes region. Did you know that, Ryan?
Well, I didn't. No, I thought it was less than 1%. 1% is crazy.
Part of the pride of the Great Lakes region is a good neighbor, and the Great Lakes region is surrounding communities. That's why Ice Mountain's donating 1% of the sales from the purchase of this aluminum bottle to give programs and people who give their best to the region. So donate 1%.
It's a great region too. Usually,
Ryan, and if you donate 1% better every single day, how much better are you at the end of a year?
365% better.
No, it's more than that. Because it compounds on top of each other.
Oh, sure. Doing the math real quick.
Hold on, I'll look it up quick.
That's sure.
You got to. I mean, you got to love compounding percentages,
Mhm.
especially when it goes to the Great Lakes region. Also, shout out Great Lakes region.
Yeah.
Little League World Series are usually at the top.
Great Lakes.
You get if you donate 1% every day for a year, you're 37 times better.
That's a lot of times.
37.
And if you do that year after year after year,
I mean, we're basically just going to fund the entire Great Lakes region with these aluminum bottles. So guys, go to anywhere you can buy Ice Mountain that has the aluminum bottles and get one.
Purple Thunder. FMK. Wear Flops' Pink's all-out shirt for a week after he wore it to work and didn't
Oh.
wash it.
Damn it. It
Have-
was going good there first. I was like, yeah, I would love to wear it. I want you for Pink's all out shirt, you know?
Have Tyler grill all of your food for a month. Go on a 12-hour road trip with Jake, and you can't listen to music or podcasts.
You know, surprising, this one's pretty easy.
Yeah, I would agree.
I'll marry Tyler grilling because one, it's every time that he grills and he gets mad, it's going to be great entertainment for me. So I'm marrying that all day. Plus, even though he hates it, he's not like terrible at grilling.
Right.
Agreed.
He
100%.
can grill a burger fine, you know. He can grill up a chicken breast, no problem. Jake, it's just I can't be wearing a shirt that Flops wore.
No.
I have to kill that. That's what makes this easy, you know?
I want you for pigs all out.
Like I don't like in the dead of summer, I'm not joking. This guy would bring 3 shirts and 3 bandanas to work every day when it was 90 degrees and humid because he would sweat so much that, 3 times a day he'd have to go change shirts and change bandanas that he'd wear on his head. And then what he would do is he would take the shirt, roll down his window a little bit, put it in the window, and then roll it up and then have it face the sun so it could dry out.
And just get hard and crusty.
Yeah, it's just. Plus, he had this weird cyst on his back.
Oh, God.
That would leak once in a while and smell like death. And so, if you caught him on a bad day with the "I want you for Pink's all out" shirt, it could have also cyst goo on it.
Oh my!
So
God.
I think that you just in a right mind, you can't choose the Flops used shirt.
Well, yeah.
Plus, there'd be a huge dirt stain on the belly. It would smell like smoke, sweat, and cyst. And then it would have a dirt stain on his belly from when he would stand, smoke a cigarette, think about stuff, and do this weird twitch where he'd rub his dirty finger on his belly.
Sure. Yep.
It's just, you can't pick that shirt.
So Flops, he may only want he may only want you for Pinks all out from like 10 to noon.
That's true.
It's a 2-hour window. You got Pinks on the line.
I want you for Pinks all out.
I still can't find that shirt on the internet.
It would be great to find that shirt. But yeah, so then, you fuck riding in the car with Jake. Jake, for all of his faults, he actually is a guy that's not like, if I had to talk to him for 12 hours, it's not going to be the end of the world.
I agree.
No, there's going to be times where I'm going to be like, hey, I'm going to pull at this rest stop. I got to pee, even if I don't have to, just so I can take a break. There's going to be moments of those.
Yeah.
But that guy, and you also got to remember everything he says is about 50% truth. So you just got to know you're just going to have a wild conversation with no accurate facts thrown around.
50%.
But you take it all in stride too, because then if you start to get into an argument with him, then it may ruin the next couple hours or just make it weird.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Pick your battles.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, I mean, mine are the exact same. I was immediately going to kill Flops' shirt because I could I could go on a road trip with Jake for 12 hours. And the thing about Tyler grilling is I don't think he really hated grilling before the whole fiasco, but now he can't backpedal on it.
Can't backpedal. But it's also like if he was forced, how long was it?
A month.
If he was forced to grill for 3 days, he'd find a way to do it well.
I agree.
You'd be miserable.
He'd be miserable, but he would still, he's a guy that if he's going to do something, he's going to try and do it right, I feel like.
And like you can't fuck a hot dog or brat up that bad.
That is true. Very true.
He's eating hot dogs.
Just eating hot dogs for 30 days.
Sounds
yeah,
awesome.
we'll keep chicken off the menu.
Yeah.
I don't want any grilled chicken from Tyler.
Too risky. Baby Daddy asks, if you had to pick one power tool to survive the zombie apocalypse, which would it be?
Oof.
Oh, that's fucking easy, dude.
What do you got?
I'm taking an electric nail gun. Because number one, you shoot them between the eyes. And the only thing is having to like pull back the what are the little tip that you got to like press into it for it to activate.
Yeah, but then what about when you run out of nails? Was it electric power tool or
Just said power tool.
I think I got to go something that runs on gas. So I think I might go some sort of like chop saw. Like I don't know what they're actually called, but we just called them chop saws at the concrete site. where you can change out the different blades.
Yeah.
And you hold it like this. And
Oh,
it's
yeah,
gas powered.
Like a diamond blade on it.
You put diamond blade. You
Yeah.
can put whatever blade you want on it. Because then the apocalypse, there'll be no electricity. So
Yeah, I kind of fucked myself with the electric.
Just
Back
solar.
pedal.
Plus, you're gonna have to chop wood, so you can cut down trees a lot easier with that sucker. It's not gonna be awesome with that type of saw.
Yeah.
Maybe a chainsaw. Yeah, just a chainsaw. That's easy. You know how satisfying it would be to kill a zombie with a chainsaw? Hand-to-hand combat. Plus, then you chopping wood. It's great option.
A chainsaw would be solid because I mean you can find gas somewhere. You just can't unless you have a solar powered
Could.
nail gun.
Yeah,
That'd be
yeah.
tight.
Oh yeah, where are you gonna find one of those?
Because then I mean,
Where are you gonna find one of those?
I don't know.
Yeah,
I don't know. I'm sure there's
exactly,
some. I mean, it's 2024. Man on the Moon 69. You think we'd have solar power?
With a nail gun, don't you need an air compressor or no?
Yes.
Not electric. Not electric. You
Okay,
don't. You just need the
all
battery.
right, all right.
So you have an air compressor.
Yeah,
for
I have an air compressor backpack.
He looks
with
like the Ghostbusters. He's got a backpack with an air compressor on, fucking carrying a nail gun hooked up to it.
with a nail gun too. I mean, you could kill fish with a nail gun. You get like some carp or something hovering on the top of the water. It'd be
I
a
think you're.
decent way
I
to
think
find
you're
food.
It's like shooting fish in a barrel.
overestimating how accurate you would be with one of those nail guns.
Gotta get.
I mean, you
sighted.
could get you could get an inch away from them though, because their head's in the water and their back is out. So you
Talk
know,
about zombies or fish.
I'm talking about fish. I'm talking about eating.
Survival.
Gotcha.
Yeah, in terms of accuracy with the zombie, like me to you, Wade Jared, it's 10% chance I'm gonna hit you.
That would suck though. You go to your first zombie, cut his head off, chain comes off the thing, and you gotta
Yeah.
fucking take out the tool and
Yep.
put it back on. And you're trying to do that while you're running away from other zombies. That could be bad.
Well, yeah, and then you need oil too. You gotta have
That is
chain
true.
oil.
God damn.
So if you run out of chain oil, then
You flood it. You gotta start it up.
yeah, or she just starts burning up on you too. You never know.
That is true.
You wouldn't really have to. You wouldn't have to sharpen the blade though. I mean, even a dull blade is going to cut through
Skin.
flesh.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
chainsaws. That's a good answer.
My mind went to the sawzall, but I guess chainsaw would be better.
Just is it
Electric.
beefed up.
You know.
Yeah, that's true. Maya Tootsie is cold asks, would you rather have a soundtrack playing to your life that everyone around you can hear, or have the ability to draw anything perfectly on the first try?
Draw anything perfectly.
On the first try.
One, that's just the weirdest thing ever. This is comparison. First of all, so like soundtrack, if I was high as a kite, there would be a song like a Bob Marley song.
Yeah, it'd be
playing.
Kid Cudi playing.
Yeah.
Blaring.
Soundtrack to my life. Yeah.
Okay.
Wait, is that
And if
what
I was
the-
about to go on a trip, some sort of pop punk song from the early 2000s would be playing.
Or
as I'm
Life
picking
Was
up
a Highway.
Yeah, picking up my buddies. As we hop in the back of the Jeep with no top on it. And I don't even open the door. I just hop in the back. That's kind of what you're saying?
Mm-hmm.
Or like on Christmas, they would just play Christmas songs.
Mm-hmm. And if you're sad, it's just Coldplay.
Yeah. Coldplay, The Scientist. If you guys are having a bad day,
It's a great song.
you got to listen to The Scientist by Coldplay. Nobody said it was easy. Nobody said it would be this hard. Yeah. And then what was the other thing?
Have the ability to draw anything perfectly.
I mean, you
on
could
the
just
first try.
sell your artwork and
That's-
just make loads of money.
That's what I was thinking too.
Yeah, or you could like hustle people. Like I bet I could draw a perfect circle right now.
Yeah.
Better than
Your
you.
drunk party trick, $20, I can draw a perfect circle.
Mm-hmm.
Boom.
You could be an offensive coordinator too. You just be drawing up plays, or a high school head basketball coach.
Yeah, just perfect every time.
Yeah, look at straight lines, straight X's, and
You
round
just go,
O's.
I'm going to draw the perfect play to score a touchdown. Here we go, boys.
Yeah, a lot more monetary value, I think, in the drawing.
Yeah.
Right.
Drawing
Because
spectrum.
you get annoyed with the soundtrack.
The soundtrack thing
God.
is just, what would even be the advantage?
I don't know.
What a
I'm just thinking like you're sitting in church and you have like church music playing around you or like something like that.
yeah. Well, what an interesting either or.
Just no correlation whatsoever.
None. Kind of gets you thinking though.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah. Ooh, me so horny. And like sitting in church. Like, oh, frick.
Fuck, it's happening again. Getting the church wood.
Think about baseball to just take me out to the ball game.
Yeah. It's like whenever I sit
Hey,
in
during sex, they're playing "Take Me Out to the Ball Game."
the Pledge of Allegiance. Pledge of Allegiance backwards.
That would suck.
Yeah, it would. That would really suck.
Muhammad Haftafart. Who out of the group has the best chance of whistling back a semi-truck trailer?
Semi-truck.
I just don't have confidence in any of us.
I have no idea how to drive a semi.
Tyler weirdly just doesn't like to back up trailers.
Really?
Yeah, he's right. He kind of is
Skittish.
like, he's just like, you can do it.
Kind of like a dog that might have got hit too many times when they were younger. Just a little bit skittish is a great word for it.
Mm-hmm.
And correct me if I'm wrong, Jared, I don't think you've backed up many trailers in your life.
No, I have.
Oh, you have?
My dad used to own a trailer business. I used to do.
What?
Yeah. Well, it was like a side thing. It wasn't like a huge thing.
It doesn't matter.
I don't have like crazy experience.
Okay, then I choose Jared.
I don't know how to drive a semi though.
No, I don't think any of us do.
Yeah. But it sounds like you're the most qualified.
I don't think
So you've been whistling trailers since you were knee high by the 4th of July?
nothing crazy, but I know how to do it.
Any goosenecks?
No, nothing that big.
Okay.
He's
Yeah.
talking like 15, 16 footers or like 12
Probably.
footers.
Probably the most 15. Yeah.
Okay. I used to whistle back the forms and rebar trailer when I was working concrete.
How
once in
big is
a while.
that?
It's probably 16 at least, maybe 20.
Good size. Well, that's the thing. Like the longer the trailer, the easier it is to back it up.
Correct. Yeah.
Yeah.
You get a little short like jet ski trailer. Good luck.
Yeah.
Yeah, those suck. With those short trailers, what I used to do is I used to we didn't have tonneau covers back then. I used to put the tailgate down so then I could look out the back and see exactly where I was
Oh,
going.
smart.
So,
Yeah, I don't have confidence in myself. I'm not going to try and commit to this and then have to backpedal later when you guys call me on my bluff. So for that reason, I'm going to tap out. So I'd say Jared or Ryan with new information. I would have said Ryan all day, but
I've never driven a semi
me neither.
with a trailer. I mean, I've driven a 25-foot box truck, but it's one singular vehicle.
Correct.
It's not a trailer.
I have drove a big RV before.
That kind of
They're
fun.
actually pretty easy to drive. A lot easier than I thought. Just take wider turns.
Just super wide, yeah.
So we going with Jared?
Well, we can go with Jared
Maybe.
for this one. Just because
How
of
have
the
you
That's
held
really
on to the fact that your dad owned a trailer business?
Oh, it wasn't anything huge. It was just like a side hustle thing.
He had like 2 trailers that he just rented like twice a year.
That's pretty much how it was.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it wasn't nothing crazy.
Jared, you spice it up. He probably had like 50, 60 trailers.
Yeah, you gotta. We're never gonna do the research.
Yeah.
And like, I've only ran into your parents one time without you, so the chances of me bringing that up to your dad is so slim. I would have just doubled down.
Yeah, he was moving like 30, 40 trailers a week. I mean,
Yeah.
like every day we'd have 4 or 5 new trailers showing up just because shit was flying off the driveway.
And ironically, it needs backup trailers.
Yeah. Yeah. Jared, nice job. You won that one.
Yeah, it's the first one I ever won, I think.
That's sad.
Buck Mias. I don't know how to say it.
How do you spell it?
M-Y. Oh, buck my ass. That's what it is. What are some things you can do to distract your wife for hours?
Buck me off.
Buck me ass.
Buck me off.
What are some things you can do to distract your wife for hours? Mine is if I mention I'm going to pressure wash the house, all I do is set up. All I do is set it up to start. Okay, I can't read this. All I do is.
Do you need us to read it?
All I do is set it up, start doing it not well. She takes over in a heartbeat.
Got it. Okay.
that was hard
There
to
we
read.
go.
Buck, you got it. The punctuation's gotta be better.
We gotta get hooked on phonics for Jared.
I feel like they
He
sabotage
can
me.
whistle back an 18-wheeler, but he can't read one question.
This takes me a little bit.
It's all right. Hey,
It's not his fault. It's Buck's fault.
hey, we all have our downfalls. I can't drink in water, and you can't read. It's
And
fine.
I can't go into water.
It's not his fault. He can't read.
I'm getting better.
No, you are for sure. For
Yeah.
sure.
What can you distract your wife with for hours?
Yeah.
That's tough.
Well, yeah, because it's like
Because I'm the one that gets easily distracted. You know, like that would be my wife would start pressure washing the house, and I would come out and just do it.
Mm.
You know. What about you, Ryan?
Well, my wife, she recently got into
My wife.
God, what would you call it? Knitting
My wife.
or
Sewing?
not sewing.
Crochet.
It's not crocheting either. So
That's all I know.
what she'll
Talking
do?
about those like hemp bracelets we used to make in like middle school. Is that what you're talking about?
No,
That'd
not-
be great if Ryan just starts showing up with like a hemp necklace with a big bead on it. He's got an ankle bracelet made out of hemp.
Yeah, just supporting the wife's family-owned business. You know? Small business.
Let me know if you want one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You guys just got
And he
one.
gives it to you. He's like, that's $10.
You got one of those little crew neck sweaters with Augie's name on it.
Yeah.
So she will buy a blank crew neck.
Yeah,
and
like
she'll,
stitching stuff.
Yeah, like
onto it. I
fucking-
don't know what that's called. I know it's got a name.
We'll
I know what you're
call it.
talking
We'll
about.
call it embroidery.
Yeah,
like
yeah.
hand
Hand embroidery.
I
There
think
we
we know
go.
what you're talking about. Yeah.
She got into that probably 4 or 5 months ago. Now she does it. She usually only does it when when somebody has a kid or a birthday or something. It's maybe like once every 2 or 3 months. But if I can get her to start doing one of those, like, hey, someone at work, just had a kid or whatever, she get him something, a nice little present. She could spend at least half a day on one of those. Because the first couple she did, I think she had to redo them like 2 or 3 times because it wasn't good enough for her. So, I mean, fuck, there's a half to a 3/4 day right there.
One thing my wife likes doing is, so we started trimming up our trees, the limbs that start growing too low and you trim them up. Well, we started doing that at the lake. Obsessed. She wanted me to cut down the whole tree.
Whoa.
And then we did it at home, and our trees are not as big, so their limbs are very small. So she just took like a hand snipper and whole afternoon doing that. So all I could do is just start a tree trimming business, and she would
buy
be
a tree
good.
farm, yeah.
Yeah.
Hey, he's gonna come home one day and it's just gonna be the top leaf.
Yep. It's
Like
gonna
the
look
star
like
of a
Charlie
Christmas tree.
Brown Christmas tree.
Yeah, their Christmas tree this year is just gonna be the star at the top, and then one trunk.
Our evergreen
manicured.
trees are just stem and then trunk, and then at the very top, it's just like a little small cone.
It looks like an umbrella, like
Yeah.
an evergreen umbrella,
Yep.
pretty much.
Exactly.
Dude, I will say though, doing the trimming trees like that
Is satisfying.
It's awesome.
It's the best.
I did that to the two trees out front a couple years ago, and I'm like, these fuckers got to start growing. I got to trim.
People
again.
aren't talking about what trimming up trees can do for the curb appeal of a house.
100%.
It's unbelievable.
Let's a little bit more sunlight into the grass.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. Well,
Makes the tree grow better, apparently.
that's what I've been hearing.
Yeah.
Looks nice.
Also, you don't have to duck underneath or get hit in the head with a branch when you're
Sure.
mowing.
Yeah. Big deal.
So
I think most women like estate sales a lot. So if you can organize a list of estate sales,
Yeah, like a garage sale afternoon. All the good stuff's going to be gone by the afternoon. Garage sale morning.
right? You gotta make sure they're early bird.
Yeah.
yeah, our thrift store too. Even my wife likes going to the thrift store and finding some stuff.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
Um,
tomato.
I'll never forget
Yeah.
when my parents moved out of their house to downsize. My mom had a bunch of stuff she was going to try and sell. So it wasn't like a trinkets garage sale, you just have extra stuff. It was like, I have these decorations that aren't going to fit in the new house. So it was like real stuff. We opened the doors at like 7 a.m., the garage door, and there were people just standing there waiting for us to open the garage door.
That's kind of sick.
The early
Creepy.
bird garage sale people are no joke. They know what they're doing.
Mm-hmm.
It's kind of a cult following.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Huh.
Yeah, because some of those estate sales, like the people are lined up around the block waiting to get in. Like, especially if it's in a good neighborhood too.
Yeah. Dude,
if you got a good one of those, you might as well sell tickets, you know?
I think
for
some
sure.
of them do actually.
My grandpa used to have
well, that's like an auction, right?
Yeah,
If you're gonna
state
do a
sale.
state
auction.
Well, they'll take a number, like you can come in now. It's kind of like going to the butcher.
Yeah.
Type of thing.
Yeah, I don't know. Charge $20 and say, hey, fill this plastic tote with whatever you can fit and be on your way. Kind of sick.
Yeah.
My grandpa used to do that though. He used to have bird sales, and he would just charge $10 at the door, and I think you could just go in and grab like 2 or 3 birds. Fucking, we're talking like.
What do you mean by birds?
Like
We're talking like guineas. You know what a guinea is? Look up a guinea. Guinea. It's a bird, not the guinea pig.
So wait, he's got just like a bird sanctuary.
Dude, he's got peacocks, guineas. Yeah, they look like peacocks. He has all kinds of shit.
So he's just breeding birds and selling them for $20.
Yeah, well, he buys them for cheap as chicks, and then they just roam around the yard. He doesn't have them caged up or anything. So I think you pay $10, you got to go in and catch
A
it
guinea
yourself.
fowl.
He used to have a couple emus too. And here's a funny story. I don't know if this is true or not, but we'll believe that it is. My uncle was helping him like facilitate some of these birds for people coming in to buy them. He accidentally killed one. I think the emo like went fucking rogue on him, and he had to like.
Oh my god!
I think
Put him down.
I think he had to put him down, dude.
Oh, no.
I gotta ask my mom if that's true, but I'm pretty sure he snapped its neck.
Oh no! Not good.
No, not great for the sale.
No, not good. For
Not that point. You're just
Really damning evidence for your grandpa.
this had to have been like 20 years ago.
Yeah, did he have trouble selling it?
I think he just sold the meat off of it, probably.
It's kind of like your desk.
Yeah, a little bit. Yeah, this thing was alive 10 minutes ago.
Yeah, he just changes the sign from live birds to bird meat.
Cross out the line.
I gotta confirm if that's true or not.
So how many? I mean, what do you? So he's got this yard full of birds, large birds. These are not.
Well, he's got all kinds of animals. He's got cows, horses, pigs.
No, I understand,
birds.
but you were like, just take a bird. I was thinking like, robins and stuff.
Yeah,
I was like,
like
how you
finches.
catching?
Oh no,
them?
we're talking guineas.
You're
we're
talking like chickens. and stuff.
yeah, probably chickens,
turkeys.
like the Asian ducks or whatever they are, like the white ones with the colored head. I don't know. Weird. It's nothing you'd shoot out of the sky. They're like farm raised ducks. I don't
Gotcha.
fucking know. So
Fascinating.
I'll have to bring you guys out there sometime.
Yeah, I would love to do a field trip.
Yeah, $10 entry though. You should catch
That's
whatever.
fine.
Bird.
Yeah, we're gonna have a YBR Giddy.
Yeah, whenever we go to my grandpa's for Christmas, we always got to pay $10.
Can you
at the
imagine
gate.
if we had a pet guinea just roaming around the facility?
Good nightmare.
It would
They'd
be-
stick around. If you got food for them, they'd stick around.
And then somebody else coming on the weekends to feed the Giddy.
Yeah.
So
Huh.
Huh.
Well, is that it, Jared, for questions?
Yep, that's it.
All right. Should we take a break? Ryan, you know what you need to wash down that aluminum bottle of Ice Mountain water?
fuck, something good to eat.
I usually drink a bottle of Ice Mountain and then I'm like, God, I need to wash down that water with something. So then I usually head to the Holiday gas station and get myself a cheeseburger square wrap.
Oh my god.
And sometimes I eat them whole. I don't know if you know this, but you can get you open your mouth, and I like doing it like not the long way, but the short way.
Yeah. Of the short way of the square.
Your esophagus can stretch into a square, I found.
For sure. Yeah. Yeah.
So I just go, it's kind of like the kids' toys where you match the shape up with the putting it inside the block.
Square peg in a round hole.
Yeah. I found I can put a cheeseburger square wrap in a round hole.
You could also put something round into the square hole, that being your esophagus.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Right after, I like to put something round because it's all squared up. So guys, if you want to square up your esophagus, you got to head to Holiday gas stations.
You have to.
Jared, what's on that cheeseburger square wrap?
Let me help you
Let me
out.
find
Hamburger.
out. I don't have it pulled up. Right now.
Yeah, well, hey,
Cheese.
we'll buy time. There's hamburger. There's cheese, right, Ryan?
Yep.
Cannot forget the tortilla.
There's a wrap.
Yep.
It's wrapped in a square.
Correct.
and there's cheese. We said cheese. There's
You
ketchup.
you have the option to put ketchup.
You can put ketchup. You can put mayo.
You could put mayo.
Because I got the condiments in there.
Yep.
You can put mustard.
It's a cheeseburger and wrap combined.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So yeah, probably some sort of no, probably no lettuce. Regardless, why don't you guys find out for yourselves? Go to a Holiday gas station and get the mystery cheeseburger square wrap.
Sounds like
it's a cheeseburger in a wrap.
It sounds like it's customizable.
That's a wrap.
That's what I was gonna say.
Boom.
All right, Jared, what are we talking today?
Unwritten rules of fantasy football.
Unwritten rules of fantasy. I suppose fantasy football is right around the corner.
Mm-hmm.
I think I got a message about a draft coming up.
Tis the season.
Mm-hmm. Day before the game season opener.
Is that normal for people to draft the day before?
Not really, no.
It's usually
It's usually Labor Day weekend.
Okay.
But you do want to do that just in case anyone gets injured.
That is
You
true.
know, it's huge.
We always tend to do it day before. I actually don't mind it either.
Okay, unwritten rules of fantasy football. I think an unwritten rule of fantasy football leagues is if you are drafting and it is later rounds, you can't use up the full time.
No, God, no.
Right? It's like if you have 90 seconds or a minute long to pick and you're using all 90 to 60 seconds to pick Joe Blow wide receiver for your fourth bench slot, people get pretty mad. I get pretty mad about it.
Well, especially
and the worst though is when you get like one time a draft, you're like, you start getting to like 30, 40 seconds. You're like, oh shit, I'm that guy. I got to just pick someone and you panic.
Yeah. I understand it in rounds 1 and 2 and 3, maybe 4. But when we're talking like kickers, defensive players, and defenses,
and just bench spots,
you gotta just fucking pick one.
You're like searching for their bye week and it's like, just pick one.
Yeah. And the longer you sit there.
So why don't they make it in these fantasy draft leagues that you can go like rounds 1 through 4, you get this much time and then everything else after that is lower.
I would like that.
It wouldn't be a bad idea.
It's like 30 seconds or whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah. I would.
Yeah. Maybe 10 seconds.
Yeah.
Oh, fuck. Here it comes. Ah!
And then you got people chirping in your ear and you're stressed out and you're like, okay, this fucking wide receiver 4 for the Denver Broncos.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. But hey, if you got 10 seconds, it might be kind of the coin flip effect. You know, they say when you flip a coin in the air, you know what one to pick. It could be a similar situation.
That
you
is
got
true.
10 seconds. You know which one your heart wants.
It's very true.
Don't let your head get in the way.
Yeah. Pressure makes diamonds.
Yeah, and if the other players if you're all drafting together, if the other players in your league aren't chirping you about taking the full time, you ain't in the right league.
That actually would be a fun league to be in. It's like 15-second round draft, and then it's like you got to make decisions. So it's not
That
about
would be sweet.
You know, it's like whatever you get. There's probably going to be a lot of people that just end up taking the best available because they run out of time. But
which is fine. I don't want to be sitting there for like over an hour.
it's
Just
true.
waiting on people.
But they're best available for a reason. I mean, it's going off last year's stats.
Problem
which-
is if you draft another receiver and you don't have
That's
any
true.
running backs.
That's true.
0 RB.
Yeah. If you're the commissioner of a fantasy football league, you have to expect to get bitched at or bitched about.
That was what I had there too.
Mm-hmm.
It's same sort of. If you're not the commissioner, you have to talk shit about the commissioner. Same thing.
Was Tyler not the commissioner 2 years ago?
Oh yeah.
I think we ran him out of town because there was some dumbass rule that he just like wouldn't change.
No, he just didn't look at the rules. He just literally did basic cable ESPN thing, just out of the box and didn't change anything. And so defensive players, the only way they could score was like a pick or a touchdown.
That's what it
or
was.
A fumble recovery or something.
Sacks.
Yep.
Tackles and sacks didn't matter. And so it was like you just picked a defensive player that was gonna get an interception, maybe.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, the highest defensive player, like a highest points scored was like 1 or 2. You might have a guy on the bench who had 2 picks to get 6 points. Ooh,
That was terrible.
He was a lame duck
year.
commissioner.
yeah. He got ran out of town.
He
quick.
did. I mean, people were in front of the town hall rioting and
Pitchforks.
protesting.
Yeah.
Pitchforks.
And then you got Jared. He was in the background. He up at the podium,
Yep.
ready to go, campaigning.
Yeah.
You did a good job last year.
There is
Jared.
always one guy in a friend group though that knows all the ins and outs, which is good.
Mhm.
You need them, but you also they're there so you can talk shit about them.
Yeah.
You know, your team loses, you got a scapegoat.
Yeah, if you're not doing point per catch, that's absurd.
What is that? PPR.
PPR.
league?
Yeah, you gotta fucking do
Did you-
point per
did you-
catch,
Point per reception.
point per reception.
PPC. There's also half PPR.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
That mine would be that show up to your draft and have all your logins ready. Because I feel like every time when people go to the fantasy draft, they don't have their fucking login ready.
for sure.
That bothers the shit out of me.
Hey, how do you get to the draft? You're in? I can't find it.
I forgot my password. It drives me nuts.
Some bullshit email that you used back in high school or something.
It's like-
Can you move the draft back 15 minutes?
It drives me nuts.
I do that. I never have had to be like, guys, I can't get in. But there's been you show up 10 minutes early, you're like, fuck, I don't know what the password is.
I don't even know what email I have associated with this account. I have 2 ESPN accounts. Which one am I going to use?
Yeah. That's my biggest gripe. Because then, yeah, you have to push it back, draft back, and you have to
Yeah,
log into their email and shit. Drives me nuts.
it just shouldn't have to be. It shouldn't have to be that complicated.
Mhm.
I think another unwritten rule of fantasy football is you need to medium try.
For sure.
If you are the guy doing all the research, you know, just diving into every statistic, you're probably not going to win the league. And if you're also the person who doesn't know anything about football, you know, like my wife and my sister-in-law in our family league, they just pick, you know, oh, this guy's a good-looking guy. Let's
Yeah.
pick him.
Mhm.
Jimmy Garoppolo.
They're also not going to win. I think there's rare occurrence that person wins, right?
Yeah, for the most part.
But if you are somewhere in the middle and you medium try, right? You understand football. You've kept up with some mild headlines over the offseason, and you understand how you should draft. Those are the people that end up winning
Mhm.
the whole thing.
That's where I'm at. I've gotten fucking second place the last 2 years.
And are you a medium trier?
I would
You
say
try pretty hard.
I'm a little above medium. Like I'm
You're
not.
medium well.
I'm not like diving deep into the statistics and all that type of shit. I'll just like, hey, this guy had a good week last week. He's on waivers. I'll pick him up because this guy sucks on my bench.
That's pretty medium.
It's medium.
Yeah.
Not a whole lot that goes into it, but
Yeah.
I think an unwritten rule of fantasy football is teams in the bottom half, like the worst teams in the league, they should not get first crack at the waiver wire at the end of the season. Because they just end up swiping up the best players for the people at the top trying to like make an actual run and win fucking money at this thing. So you get someone in last place, won one game all year, and they pick up the best wide receiver on the waiver list, and it's like, well, that doesn't make any fucking sense.
That's how it is in real life.
I think it should be outlawed in fantasy football. I think they should give top waiver priority to the team who has put in the most work and won the most games.
So you could do it like an auction league too, where you have like cash.
That wouldn't be bad.
Yeah.
That wouldn't be bad.
And the highest bidder gets them.
There was a situation that happened to me, and actually I'm kind of on board with this. We were going into the final week, championship week. I was there, of course.
Took second.
I took second. But the team that was in first that I was playing against, they knew what I needed. They were ahead of me in the waiver order, and they picked up that player so I couldn't get him.
That's just smart.
I've done that.
No, that's why I agree with it. It's like, that is, all statistics aside, that is some real fantasy football strategy.
Yeah.
And it
So
fucking
wait,
pissed me off.
You're pro waiver wire the way they do it or not? Now I'm confused.
I don't think bottom half teams should get first crack at waivers, but the way that this happened,
Got it.
the team
They
ahead of
would've
me in the
been-
championship, they swiped up my player.
So all throughout the season, it should be top team gets first priority.
No, not throughout the season. It
Okay.
should be like playoffs.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
Can
I can get on board with that.
Can we put that? Is there any way you can manipulate that rule as the commish?
I'll I'll talk to the delegates and see what
Okay.
they think about it.
Yeah.
Might have to put it to a vote. I don't want to rule with an iron fist too much.
Sure. I get fired up during fantasy football season.
I can tell.
You know.
Yeah.
Competitive guy. What do you expect?
Mm-hmm. Another one is like telling people how you did on your fantasy football, like the day after, like
Yeah,
bragging
just-
about.
Just don't talk about your
Just
fantasy
don't talk
team
about it.
as we're talking about our fantasy teams.
Don't have teams yet though. I think we're in the clear.
Yeah, like if they would have just put him in for another quarter.
Oh yeah, God,
Yeah,
so
I know.
much. If this would have happened,
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that bothers me the most, probably.
And it's also like, I can see how many points you scored.
Mm-hmm.
I can see every score of every team in the league.
You
I
don't
know
have to
you
tell me
scored
about it.
100. I know you scored over 200 points. I get it.
Or the worst is you're not even in that league. They tell you about some other league that they're in with their like parents or something.
Is there anything that you guys could care less about than hearing about someone's fantasy football team in a different league?
another parent's kids percentiles.
As we just heard, your kid's head percentiles
Like
101%.
it literally says greater than 99th percentile is my kid's noggin. 17 inches at 2 months.
You gotta mat that hair down, and they might have taken the hair.
The
into
hair might have,
consideration.
yeah. But yeah, I don't. But that's like also, I mean, we've said this before, is like, you know, is fantasy football on the way out? What do you think, Jared? You're the fantasy football guy.
I would think it's getting bigger because I feel like there's a lot more women doing fantasy football
That's
than there used
true.
to be.
That is true.
It's more inclusive, I guess.
Yeah, my mom gets fired up.
Does she?
Like my mom and dad on Sundays in the fall, they sit in their living room, they got the Red Zone channel,
Mm-hmm.
and they just have their phones open, sitting on the armchair, the chair of the arm of the chair, and all they do is just go, "Oh, that was my guy.
I hate
one
that.
point.
Oh, nice, that was my guy." All Sunday, those two, they don't do anything else.
Oh god.
Will you sit there and watch with them?
No, I try not.
Put
to.
earplugs in.
I'm busy on Sunday, actually.
I'm
A
working.
lot of work to do.
But hey, if it makes them happy, you know.
Yeah.
That is another pet
Something
peeve
to look
I
forward
have.
to.
Is that they should have thrown it to him? Why aren't they throwing it to him? Yeah,
It's tough to watch. Yeah.
can't stand it.
I mean, it makes the games that don't mean anything way more interesting, though.
Yeah,
So I get it.
I get it. Like on a Monday Night Football, you need like 10 more points or whatever from somebody.
Yeah.
And you're watching by yourself. But if you're with a group of people, they don't
yeah,
wanna-
yeah, no, exactly.
Yeah.
What's your guys' outlook on trades, like verbal trades?
Well, we talked about this last year, I think. I've never accepted a trade once in my fantasy football career. I'm too paranoid.
Same.
That I'm getting the shaft. You know, it's like, what do they see that I don't see?
Yeah.
'Cause why would they be proposing this if it wasn't better for them?
I
And I just end up rejecting every single one.
Right. And the first offer is always dog shit. Just like, why would I do that?
potential. One of the biggest trades in 2023 was me, by the way. I traded Justin Jefferson for Tyreek Hill.
That's a good trade.
Hey, Ryan, we don't care.
I know you don't.
We don't care.
Okay. So this is scummy of me, but I love to verbally agree to trades and then not accept them. just to kind of
Do you let them expire or actually reject them?
reject? Oh yeah.
That's good.
No, it makes it just like it like emphasizes like the I don't know.
It's good
like,
mind games.
for sure. And that's what I'm trying to do.
Game theory, Ryan over here.
Because I'm like, this guy, he really needs the running back.
Yeah, I think I'll do that.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, I'd probably.
Yeah.
But I'll let it sit for a couple days, maybe till like Thursday afternoon. And I know they don't go through that quick, but let them sit for a couple days and then I'll just reject them.
Jared, do you have any other ones?
I don't think so.
That's it?
You're stoked.
Stoked, yeah. We got 2 fun facts.
Okay.
1.5 maybe. We'll see. Pope Benedict the 16th was issued an Oregon donor card in 1970 Once he ascended to the papacy in 2005,
Papacy?
the card was invalid. According to the Vatican, the Pope's entire body must be buried intact because his body belongs to the Universal Catholic Church. So a Pope cannot be an organ donor.
You'd think we'd want, I guess. Yeah, I don't see a scenario where we need those organs. I was gonna say that they may be the cream of the crop, but that would be your liver. If I know anything about priests, cardinals, and popes, they like to drink wine. So I don't even think we're gonna want those organs.
They like to, yeah.
That's a good point.
Wine's not the only thing they like either.
Yeah, antioxidants.
Yeah. So maybe that's okay.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, very interesting.
I wonder, did he have to go to the DMV and get his license changed then?
I think once you become the Pope, you don't drive anymore. There's no way he drives a car.
Yeah.
You don't even need a license.
That's a small enough country. You can walk everywhere.
Yeah. It really is. It's like kind of like I don't know, the size of a city almost.
Downtown Fargo.
That kind of sucked not be able to drive again.
I don't know, but people are driving you around. That'd be kind of tight.
Remember, I like being in control of the vehicle.
I don't think we have to worry about it. I don't think you're gonna be Pope.
No, God, no.
I don't think.
No, I'm not gonna be. I tend to feel bad for people at times. I feel bad for him not being able to drive. So,
the U.S. Treasury once printed $100,000 bills between 1934 and January 1935. The notes with Woodrow Wilson's face were issued to Federal Reserve banks, but never went out to the general public.
That would be sick, even if they're like not actually valuable and like they don't actually hold $100,000 worth. To even just have one would be cool.
That'd be tight. Yeah. Apparently, it was just used like from bank to bank. It wasn't like a public thing.
Yeah.
So
I suppose
that
would be cool.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you just have a. Yeah, you guys want to play pull tabs? God, I don't have any.
All I got on me is this.
Did you want me to buy the entire machine or
the entire bar?
The entire bar.
You break this?
Yeah,
that would be crazy. Because like, think about a briefcase full of $100,000 bills.
You just have one bill.
Because like a 10,000 band, are they bands or are they stacks or are they racks? They're racks.
I'm not sure.
A $10,000 rack. It's got what? 100 $100 bills. Did I do that math correct?
100 100s. Yeah.
So
yep,
what 10. Is 100 times 100,000?
10 million.
So you could have a briefcase with like $200 million in it. It's crazy. Just one briefcase.
Yeah, it would just be 20. It would be 20 bands.
Well, what is 100K rack?
Can we look that up quick? Like, what's the difference between a rack, stack, and band?
What's the difference? Rack,
stack, and band.
Okay, up there. Slang term that means 1,000 is a rack. So one rack is 1,000.
Okay.
A stack is also 1,000. And a band is a stack of $100 bills. So they're all the same. That's what AI says at the top of Google.
Yeah, go to Reddit. Reddit, I got the answer. The first response.
Go back
down a little bit. Okay, band equals 1,000, rack equals 10,000, and a stack equals 100,000.
Wow. So you could have a stack that's just one bill.
Yeah, it would it is still a stack, but it's just one bill.
Yeah, I got a stack here.
Don't tear that.
Huh? Someone will get their hands on one someday. Mm-hmm. Some bank employee or who knows.
Well, is that it, Jared?
That's it.
Well, guys, thanks for tuning in to another episode of the You Betcha Radio podcast. May your May you have 1 stack and 10 racks. Cheers, Ryan.
Love to hear it.
Oh, you betcha, yeah.
Yeah.
If you were a carny, what job would you want at the fair?
I mean, it's whatever one I can talk to most shit to people.
Then it'd have to be a game. Like it could be.
Yeah, I'm a game guy, I think.
Yeah.
It also would be fun to like guess the weight.
Mm,
Isn't there one that's
not
like
anymore, but yes.
Back in the day. Yeah.
back in the day
Yeah,
it was
yeah.
like, Tyler, you weigh 205.
Yep.
And then they step on it. If it's like within a certain amount, you don't win. If you do, be like, Ryan, probably
Buck
buck
40.
15. Yeah, and you just get called into the carnival management office. You got to start trying. This isn't a bit.
We're out of
I know you
stuffed
think
ducks.
it's funny to say that the fat person is 800 pounds, but we're losing money on this game.
Make them feel good when they leave.
I would want to be like the ride operator. I've seen a guy that his whole deal is that's like the tower that drops, and he'll sit there and he'll be like, all right, 3, 2, and then he'll press it at 2 and scare the shit out of people.
Or like, guy, hold on one sec. I got to
Yeah,
go.
like, oh wait, I forgot to do your seat. Poof, hits the button, and then they all lose their shit.
That's a good winner. Keep your hands inside at all times. No cell phones, wallets, purses. Have a good time. Something like that.
Yeah, I'd either want to be that guy or the dude selling the crazy knives.
They're selling knives.
I didn't know that.
At fairs, at the fair, they sell a
I've never seen
shitload of
that.
knives. Oh yeah, and they're all like there's throwing stars with like swirly blades and like the craziest of knives. That's where I got my first butterfly knife before they banned those bitches.
The guy operating the rides too, he doesn't do anything.
Mm-mm.
He's just blank face, sits there, hits the button. I
No,
think
you got to go and check all of
do
the
the
things
That's
to
true.
make sure they're tight.
that's true.
But that's about it then.
And after that, you press a button.
And then you just fucking wait it out.
A lot of vomit you got to clean up, though.
Yeah, you gotta
Yeah,
watch out.
that's for the cleaning crew. You got a walkie-talkie in.
We got a puker over here at the wild thing. It's a mess. Shoes are covered. It's starting to run down into the machine. We're going to need a new grease job. Over.
Just run it a couple times. Get the puke off there for me.
You're right. A little friction could help. Test run going now. See you in a few. Over.
Did you say it was greasy again? Is that what you said?
I say you got to re-grease it.
Oh,
Because the puke ran down the side into the...
I think you should have greased it.
You
with
can-
No, and then a little friction could get rid of it.
You could just tell them to, like, in the fine print before you get on this ride is like, if you puke, you got to clean it up yourself.
Yeah.
Put that on the tickets.
Or it's like an Uber. Like if you puke in an Uber, it's like this much, like a $200 extra charge. It's like,
Yeah,
well,
it's either $200 or you can clean it up right here, right now.
Yeah, yeah,
And if you don't do either of them, carny jail.
yeah. And I feel
We're
like
locking
any,
you in the fun house.
any sort of kid's gonna obey by a carny's rules
Oh, yeah.
because they're I mean they're scary.
They lock you up in the house of mirrors.
Yeah, Jesus.
Ryan, you're gonna be the guy standing next to the board telling kids they're not tall enough. Sorry, buddy. Next year.
Yeah,
I would be like, I'd be like, just what happens if you go on your tiptoes?
Mm-hmm.
All right, you're good.
Yeah, I think I would want to run the where they throw the baseball at the bottles. And then, like, if they do win a fucking big ass stuffed animal, like, I'll tell them I'll go double or nothing,
UV me.
and then I'll beat them, and they'll get nothing.
But there is a counter, so if you throw it submarine, you might just hit the counter.
That is true. Could be a loophole. You
Yeah.
can submarine that bitch. It's gonna go. You're gonna put a hole in the counter, and then you're gonna be in the Carney management office, like I am.
Cardi HR.
Yeah.
If I knew more about carnival people, that'd be a great skit.
It would be kind
Carny
of fun to get
HR.
It would be like an office style show,
Yeah.
but with carnies would actually be very funny.
You just call it carnies.
it would be kind of fun to interview a carny. I mean, I feel like
and as you right before you do the interview, you just look at him and go, step right up.
yeah,
Take a chance. Step right up.
This guy's a clown.
quite literally.
You know? What about you, Jared?
My mind always goes straight to food, but
Yeah, you're the funnel cake guy.
I was like, every time I think of a carny job, I always think of Joe Dirt.
Yep.
Yeah,
On the
great
rings.
movie.
He sprays it with Pam.
Yeah. That's a classic of a movie.
Oh yeah, it's great.
I haven't watched that in years.
What an insane concept for
Oh
a
my
movie.
God.
Oh, ridiculous.
How did they think of
It's
that?
like a Forrest Gump, but
Oh, his wig
It's
yeah.
fused
chemically
with his
fused.
scalp. Yeah, okay.
yeah, but then his kids are born with mullets.
It's the whole thing is.
Is it Margot Robbie? Is the
No,
girlfriend?
but looks like her. though.
What's her name? What's her fucking name?
Looks like her though.
What's
Yeah.
her like character's name? I'm trying to remember. So
It's
it's
like
a
a
B.
sister. Oh yeah, it's not a sister. Brandy's the other gal.
Brandy.
Mhm.
I forget her name.
I don't remember.
Just fucking scrape the dog's balls off the off the front porch.
It's a great movie.
It is. That's a classic FX movie.
Oh
Yeah,
Oh,
you
yeah.
pop in like 2/3 of the way in, and you're like, yeah,
The
it doesn't matter.
meteorite that's just shit from a plane.
Yeah,
There was one movie like 3 separate times it was on TV, and I came into the movie at the exact same time.
which
So I
movie
just
was it?
watched like the last third of this. I can't remember what movie it was. Like 3 times in a row. It's like it'd been nice if I could have caught the beginning.
Yeah.
There's a glitch
Maybe
in
it
the
was
Matrix.
maybe it was like a Batman or something. It was like fuck, same spot.
Yeah, or Die Hard. Die Hard is another. Die Hard marathons once a week.
Mm-hmm.
Guys, we are on the road to 3,000 patrons. And once we hit 3,000 patrons, we are going to have our wives do an episode without us. And it's probably going to be a disaster for us.
Mhm.
But that is what we signed up for. And you guys can help make it happen if you go sign up at patreon.com/YouBetchaRadio or look us up on the app. Get us to 3,000. Our wives are probably going to roast us in that episode. So go check us out. Put us into the torture chamber.
Pray for us.
Pray for us.